Let's go to the fairy's house. We...
Edible mushrooms.
Ugh, vegetarian claptrap. The only way I'd eat those would be as a side dish.
Well, okay. Enter fairy's house. Now we'll go talk to the good fairy, because she's a good fairy. Good.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to my house. I am the good fairy. How can I help you?
Alright, I just realized I haven't paused the recording in a while. Just a second. Alright.
So you're the good fairy. How convenient. You see, I just happen to have a few wishes.
Yay!
I want to be king again.
I'm sorry, sweet cakes, but the whole wish thing works a little differently nowadays. To get your wishes, you have to fill out form FEE42 first.
Typical.
Okay. Where do I get this form FEE42 then?
Cuddle Bear, you have to go to Fairy Central Administration for that.
Okay.
Okay, and how do I get into Fairy Central Administration?
I'm sorry, Honey Bun. I'm afraid you can't get in there at all. Only fairies can enter Fairy Central Administration.
Well,
You could have told us that earlier.
Sugar Pie, you didn't ask me earlier.
okay, the good fairy is...
Great! A real live good fairy. I love to read stories about you.
Why, thank you, kitten. But don't believe everything you read. Especially not that bit about Cinderella and me. I find pumpkin quite delicious, and we shouldn't play with our food. And mice and rats, ugh, how repulsive. Anyway, I'm of the opinion that any decent woman should be a little afraid of rodents.
Wonderful. It's always good to know other people's weaknesses, so I can exploit them.
I wonder if that will be plot relevant! What are you doing?
Here?
Yeah, what are you
Very
doing?
Good question, my dear. I dedicate myself to my most important task.
What?
I tutor former arch-villains on their way to becoming valued citizens.
Ugh.
Oh,
What a...
disgustingly good...
Yeah, no, what a horrible,
Lost my
evil,
pockets.
wretched plan.
Now, Ducky, this is an extremely important task, and I'm sure that it would also do a grouchy little man such as yourself a world of good.
Over my dead body.
No kidding.
I'd be careful with statements like that, matey. I once thought the same.
Don't be sad.
But didn't your career as an undead pirate
You've all
really
come
not
so
begin until you
far,
died?
And you're all becoming more wonderful every day.
Every day in
All right
every
then,
way, I'm
Hornikins.
more and more wonderful.
Introduce yourself.
Hornikins?
My name is Horny, and I've been good for 7 weeks now.
7 weeks.
To do bad things.
Goodness.
Here in the group, I have learnt that that's evil. That's why I'm here, and why I'm learning how to be a respectable and valued member of society.
Excellent. Simply excellent, darling boy. And all of us here will help you.
This kind of brainwashing is disturbing.
Well, I think it's great that these former villains are now trying to lead good lives.
Okay, well then.
Have you nothing better to do than to bring these poor villains to the brink of despair with your rotten good propaganda?
But Cupcake, returning misguided beings to the straight and narrow is my vocation. Incidentally, I'm also the fairy ambassador here in Fairy Island.
Aha!
Which, of course, makes me one of the councillors.
But since when does that give you the job of...
We have to go. See you soon. We'll see what we can do for you.
See you soon, my darlings.
Alright, I think we should help these guys on their new chosen vocation of good. I really do.
Autographed pictures of the good fairy with original kiss lip imprints.
Ooh, I just can't believe anyone would voluntarily take one of those.
Go ahead, Buttercup. Take one.
Okay.
Yay!
Ooh. Forget what I said earlier. I just can't believe you took one of those voluntarily.
Yeah, well, we need it for a good deed, Ceville. Honestly. I mean, these guys desperately want a villain.
The picture is now extremely sticky.
They really want a villain to find.
I glued the autographed picture on.
How delightfully evil.
They need a villain! Man, are they not too bright.
A wanted poster for the fairy. The fairy is a villain. Arr!
What? What did you say, my little undeadikins?
Grab her!
Remain seated, boys. I have my ambassadorial papers, and that means that I have diplomatic immunity.
Screw you and your immunity.
Oh, an itsy-bitsy rat! Help! Help! Oh! So, my precious little darling.
Looks like her automatic speech kicked in again.
It seems to me like someone just lost their diplomatic immunity now, didn't they?
What do you mean, sweetie?
Well, you no longer have your ambassador's papers, but there is a wanted poster with your name on it.
Yeah, but they saw the papers and they know we're holding them.
Could he be right? Aye, har! He's right, all right.
But, my sweets, you wouldn't...
Get her!
Yay! We helped them perform a good deed. We are heroes-ish, I guess. Well, we got the ID. Let's get out of town.
Okay.
Hey, that's Ceville! Come on, let's look him up!
Ah, you can't lock me up. I'm a fairy ambassador with diplomatic immunity. Here are my papers.
It's right, all right. It does say fairy ambassador. We can't lock him up. I mean, her up.
That can't be true! That's Ceville, not some fairy ambassador! Come on, we'll have to look him up!
According to the law, our hands are tied.
Yeah, you can't do... Wait, what?
3 cheers for democratic legislation. Out of the way, you fools! Make way.
I'm not going to let you get away that easily! I'm going to have a closer look at these laws!
Okay.
Ha! There's something! According to this law, a fairy ambassador has to meet certain conditions.
But that's over 500 years old.
Be quiet, you idiot. It's still valid.
What are the conditions then?
Here it says, a fairy ambassador can be identified by the following characteristics.
Alright, what are they?
Ambassadorial papers.
We got those.
A magic wand, fairy wings, a fairy dress.
Oh boy, this
The way
is
I
good.
see it, there are a few things missing for him to pass for a fairy.
So, a fairy ambassador doesn't have to be a female.
Not necessarily, no.
Still, we can't arrest him either. After all, he does have the papers.
Well then, we can at least prevent him from leaving until this is sorted out.
Fine.
Pig-headed bureaucrats.
Be that way.
Beginning to think this escape might just turn out to be tougher than
Man, she looks
before.
pretty darn surprised.
So, back into the city.
Yep. Back to the city.
Would you know what happened to the toll money we collected? I put the coins in the cookie jar.
I thought they were stale, hard cookies. That's why they were hard to eat. Alright. I don't think there's anything else to do at the fairy's empty hacienda. Let's look around. There's some funny things to say. I want that wanted poster back. It's mine.
A large wardrobe. I don't even want to think about what might be hanging in there.
Maybe the fairy's underwear?
I said I didn't want to think about what was in
What
there.
might be hanging in there?
Let's take that colored pencil. Maybe try to take it before the Black Knight goes, "That's my colored pencil." Nah!
Sweet.
Can't you say anything other than sweet?
Now don't be that way. Women just like small children. Why else do you think I joined
Burn! Burn on Ceville. Burn! 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 Alright. Well, we can leave the fairy's house. We can't really do much for Mr. Sneezy Mayor guy. But we can get into the theater now via the back door. Observe.
The door
No!
is locked, but it looks like the key is still in the lock from the
Okay.
inside.
How incredibly useful. Tell me, are there any doors around here which aren't
And
locked?
that thing won't tell our fortune until we've got gold coins.
I'll push the poster under the door so that the key can hopefully land on it when I somehow push it out of the lock.
Yes.
Great idea. I'll use the colored pencil. to
Wait,
push
great
the
idea.
key
Ceville
out
didn't
of
say
the
anything,
lock.
so is she talking to me?
Yeah. Stop patting yourself on the back and get a move on.
Plunk. That is the sound of a... No, it's the sound of the key hitting.
I have the key, but I broke the colored pencil. Oh well.
I
doesn't
broke the
matter.
color pencil. No.
The door is locked.
Dude, seriously. At least they didn't make me click it after I unlocked it. Alright.
I had the vending machines installed here. After all, I know it's all a rip-off.
An assortment of masks for the actors.
So no one recognizes their pathetic faces on the street.
A small makeup case. This is where the actors get ready for their performances.
Or put strange substances up their noses.
There are some coats hanging here. Looks like evening dress.
I guess some absent-minded visitors to this establishment had a cold walk home. At least, I
This
hope so.
costume shelf over here, the costumes are awesome! Awesome!
Bizarre costumes. What have we here? An old ball gown.
Do you dance, Mr. Darcy?
Okay. That's one reference I think I get, but I can't place.
Bizarre, some extreme
Fur shorts
tight
and two metal
shorts and
belts?
two metal belts.
By the power of Grayskull!
That's bloody awesome!
Bizarre costumes. What have we here? A small black cape and a pair of spectacles.
Kaput Draconis!
Whee! Harry Potter.
Bizarre costumes. What have we here? A long leather
No
coat.
idea.
You have a problem with
Mr.
authority,
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Bizarre... tell me, how come you know exactly which show each of these costumes is from? Do you do anything else other than spend your time sitting in the theatre?
Well, I have lots of free time.
Oh, the youth of today.
Tut tut tut, the youth of today. That was awesome. Is that all of them?
Bizarre...
Yeah,
an
that's
old
all of
ball.
them.
Do you...
That was friggin' awesome.
More costumes.
Look! There's even a Ceville costume.
What?
That was just a joke.
Well, that was awesome. Well, you know what? There's another door here, but I think I'm done for now. I'm going to take a break. I am tired. I will see you all soon. Yay!